Welcome to the very first episode covering aircraft manufacturer news. As always, if you want to check out other videos covering recent aviation news, you'll find them in our main channel playlist called Simple Flying Summarizes or long haul playlist titled News Summaries. We should note that this episode has been prepared just a few days before the 2021 Dubai Airshow. For the very latest coming from this event, Simple Flying will be publishing breaking news as it's announced at simpleflying.com. With all of that out of the way, let's see how Airbus, Boeing and other plane makers have been doing in the past 2 months. Going alphabetically, let's start with European plane maker Airbus. In September, the company concluded the summer test program for its solar-powered Zephyr aircraft. The aircraft made a total of 6 flights, of which 4 were at low altitude and 2 stratospheric. Each of the stratospheric journeys lasted a staggering 18 days and were key in helping the Zephyr S to reach the 2,435 flight-hour mark for stratospheric flights alone. In the course of the tests, it also achieved a world altitude record for its class when it reached an impressive 76,100 feet. Airbus foresees a variety of ways in which prospective operators could use the Zephyr, explaining that it had the potential to revolutionize disaster management, including monitoring the spread of wildfires or oil spills. Then, in October, Airbus revealed that it struggled to make new orders, with just 1 new aircraft booked during the month of September. This one order was for an ACJ A320neo sold to an undisclosed customer. Despite low sales, it did manage to get 40 aircraft delivered, 6 of which were wide bodies. Unfortunately, the company is still below its target output for the year as a whole. Later in the month, the company revealed its financial performance for the third quarter of 2021. A year-to-date net income of €2.635 billion or $3.055 billion was posted, marking a significant reversal from the €2.686 billion or $3.114 billion loss reported for the same period in 2020. These first 3 quarters of 2021 also saw 424 commercial aircraft delivered, down from 566 over the same period in 2020. We also saw Airbus rack up 270 new aircraft orders over this period, down from 370 in the previous year. Commenting on the numbers, the company's CEO Guillaume Frohy said, "The 9-month results reflect a strong performance across the company as well as our efforts on cost containment and competitiveness. As the global recovery continues, we are closely monitoring potential risks to our industry. We're focused on securing the A320 family ramp-up and striving to ensure the right industrial and supply chain capabilities are in place." Moving forward to include the month of October, Airbus reported 36 aircraft delivered to 23 customers, with 22 jets ordered. At the same time, it finally adjusted its order book to reveal that Alaska Airlines had cancelled a long-standing order for 30 A320neos initially placed by Virgin America. The end of October also saw Airbus, in collaboration with a number of other companies and organizations, complete an A319neo test flight using unblended 100% sustainable aviation fuel, or SAF, for one engine. The fuel was primarily composed of used cooking oil as well as other waste fats. Finally, for Airbus news in this episode, the company flew 2 test A350s across the Atlantic, one immediately trailing the other. This was part of the quote-unquote final demonstration of its Fellow Fly program. With the trailing jet taking advantage of the leader's wake updraft, Airbus noted that the second aircraft saved more than 6 tons of CO2, equating to around 5% on long-haul flights. The last few months have been big for Boeing, but not necessarily in a positive way. In the middle of October, the Wall Street Journal revealed that some titanium parts in some 787 aircraft built over the last 3 years are not as strong as they should be. Parts were supplied to Boeing by Italy-based Leonardo, which had purchased the items from another Italian company. The not up-to-spec components include fittings that assist in securing the floor beam in one fuselage section. Also under scrutiny are fittings, spacers, brackets and clips in other areas of the plane. Boeing immediately performed repairs on 2 undelivered Dreamliners that would have otherwise been grounded because of the fault. A number of other undelivered planes will have repairs made before delivery. In a statement, Boeing said, "Yet to deliver airplanes will be reworked as necessary prior to customer delivery. Any potential fleet actions will be determined through our normal review process and confirmed with the FAA." Later in the month, it was revealed that fixes to the 787 Dreamliner are expected to cost the company around $1 billion. Boeing's third quarter results showed $183 million in losses due to 787 complications for that quarter alone. Although deliveries remain paused, its production rate is currently set at 2 planes per month. The end of October also saw LOT Polish Airlines officially take Boeing to court over losses incurred from the Boeing 737 MAX grounding. The airline has launched legal action in Seattle and is seeking approximately $253 million in compensation. This legal battle is in addition to the multiple charges of fraud faced by former Boeing chief technical pilot Mark Faulkner. Faulkner is accused of giving false information to the Federal Aviation Administration and could face up to 100 years in prison if found guilty of all charges. The lawyer of the accused alleges that his client is being made a scapegoat for the entire 737 MAX crisis. All of this was followed by an agreement by Boeing to compensate families of the 157 people killed in the 2019 Ethiopian Airlines crash. With Boeing accepting liability for the deaths, the families of the victims will not seek punitive damages from the company. Despite all of this turmoil surrounding the 737 MAX, the jet has since been recertified in most parts of the world and has been flying safely on a regular basis. With this revival, deliveries of the type have been gathering pace, helping to significantly boost Boeing's month-to-month finances. Of the 85 commercial jets delivered in its third quarter, 62 came from the 737 MAX family. Boeing is currently producing about 19 MAX jets per month, which it hopes to boost to 31 by early 2022. Since returning to service, operators of the type have completed over 500,000 flight hours across more than 206,000 flights. A few weeks later, 747 freighter customer Atlas Air noted that Boeing is expected to deliver its last jumbo jet next October. This will see the end of an era over half a century long, with the first 747 being delivered to Pan Am over 50 years ago. The airline's CEO, John Dietrich, was quoted as saying, "These are the last 747s that Boeing will ever produce, and we're delighted they'll be coming to Atlas." Outside of current production, Boeing's quarterly reporting also discussed some future directions. The company said that it continues to evaluate the timeline of a 777X freighter, while also saying that it was, quote, "beginning to lay the foundation for its next commercial aircraft program." Outside of aircraft-specific news, the plane maker became the first aircraft manufacturer to make the COVID-19 vaccine mandatory for all US-based employees. The move will require over 125,000 of the company's employees to show proof of vaccination or request an exemption by December 8th to continue working. Moving away from the 2 aviation giants, we reported at the end of September that Comac's C919 narrowbody has yet to enter service because US suppliers are facing delays in getting permission to send parts over to China. The Chinese plane maker had hoped to have its A320 and 737 Challengers certified and delivered before the end of the year, but suppliers are unable to send over the spare parts that Comac needs. The first aircraft to enter service is set to go to China Eastern Airlines. There is still enough time for Comac's C919 to receive certification from its home country's regulator. However, if it does not meet safety requirements, Comac will need to do some rework, which could add more time to the development process. Moving on to Embraer, the company unveiled 4 new and exciting sustainable aircraft concepts at the start of November. Meant to enter service over a period of 10 years starting in 2030, the regional air travel designs are powered by 4 different propulsion technologies: hybrid electric, hydrogen fuel cell, and dual fuel gas turbine. In other Embraer news, the Brazilian manufacturer posted some performance figures at the end of the third quarter. The planemaker says that it delivered 32 commercial jets over the first 9 months of 2021, including 15 E175s, 2 E190E2s, and 15 E195E2s. Across all of its divisions, including executive jets, the company is on pace to deliver nearly 150 aircraft in 2021. Embraer continues to recover from the pandemic and posted a net loss of $45 million during its third quarter. Well, as usual, we weren't able to cover everything in this video or go into as much detail as we would have liked. But as with all of our videos, there's a more detailed corresponding article on simpleflying.com. And as always, share your thoughts on this video and any of the manufacturer news we covered by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles and a podcast every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe before you go.